What's going on, everybody? Justin K here, just with, the Concrete Two Cities team. And today I really want to dive into, obviously the sales process after one continues to get new leads. So kind of to map out the customer journey, obviously we have to go into the lead response. So like, what are you saying to a new lead? And we'll have things that can help you moving forward with this. So like when it comes to scheduling, how flexible are you with your communication when it comes to clearly scheduling these customers, these homeowners, these individuals that are looking to have a driveway, patio, something to be poured? Obviously the quoting, how long is it taking you to get these quotes to people? What happens after the deal is made, with the agreement section, and then what kind of quality do you provide? I understand you're really good at concrete. That's why you're here. You're just looking for new ways to get more leads, which again, obviously if you do a really good job, it's going to get you more referrals, which allows you to then get more leads. So let's dive into some of the things that, we've been helping some of our clients with this. So like, say you get a new lead, and we have two different examples here. So one would be from a lead form. Say they found you online, with an ad or Google or something like that. So like, say they submitted information to a lead form. What we would recommend that you say to them is, hey, John, this is just Justin, with the Concrete Two Cities team. Did you fill out a form online requesting a quote for a concrete project? Whether that be a driveway, patio, just something to get them to engage, to kind of begin the conversation, not assuming the sale, not over pressuring them, anything along those lines. There's something very simple. Hey, did you fill out a form online requesting a concrete quote? Yeah, I did. Absolutely. Perfect. Then we'll go more into that here in the next slide. Or say it's a referral. Hey, Joanne, this is Justin, again, with the Concrete Two Cities team. I got your number from customer, down the road, Johnny. They said that you might have potential interest in getting a new driveway done. Just breaking the ice, making it very simple, very low friction, not a high, sales pressure situation, which referrals are very easy, obviously, to talk to. It's why we get a lot of referrals. So when it comes to scheduling them, who, what, where, when, why, how are some of the best ways to keep open-ended questions to obviously dial in what they want. So, hey, John, what is it that you're, I guess, specifically looking to have done with your driveway project? Because that's what they say mentioned to you. And how big did you say roughly this driveway is? I mean, is it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stall car garage? Is it 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet, 10,000 square feet? Kind of understanding, what that is. If they don't know, that's fine. Just understand, is it a 1, 2, 3 stall car garage? What's kind of there now? Like, when is sort of the time frame for you guys wanting to obviously get something like this done? Just to see kind of how it matches up with our schedule and in your schedule, just to see if, again, we can help make that fit. Again, it's just going to kind of equal status matching there, versus, I can start tomorrow, like, when can I come by? Which is just going to, again, lower your status if you're that needy, because they can pick up on the neediness. You have to be very aware of that in your mind, especially when you speak to them. And, from there, obviously, you want to understand who are the decision makers here. Do they have a spouse? Is this at their grandparents' place? Is this at their wife or husband's place? Where is it? Is it at their son's place, daughter's place? Who else needs to be there to help make the decision, kind of the layout of this, say, new driveway that you're looking for, right? So very crucial questions to really be able to help you dial it in. And then from there, like, what is the address so I can get something on the schedule that works for the best, works best for the both of us, right? So again, we want to match status with the homeowner. We're not needy. We're not lowering our status, commission breath, sales breath, because they can pick up on that, especially if we're just after getting their money. You have to be equal to them, and you're here to serve them. They want you to be the authority here, especially if you're really good at pouring concrete. And sometimes, concrete guys really overlook this just because they're so good at pouring concrete that they just think the whole world should sign up with them. That's why many of you sign up with Concrete Two Cities. Now, what are kind of the time frames that best work for you, just to see if I can make it work and obviously see you then? Again, just to match the status, right? Because if you're busy, if they're busy, we just want a couple time frames on how we can just best get together. So obviously you can serve them better. And then from there, I mean, you can or you don't have to ask this question, Sometimes people get a lot of leads, so they prefer to kind of financially qualify them. Yet if you're in the right areas and the right neighborhoods, the wealthier places, they more than likely are going to have the money. So it's not really a necessity to ask this question, right? So it's like, what kind of budget did you guys have in mind? Obviously for this 2-stall car garage driveway that you're looking to have, done. Well, it's $100. Okay, well, I'll be honest, ma'am, anywhere from 10 to 20,000 is kind of the going rate on something like that. So, I mean, if that's all right with you, we can still come out and obviously give you a quote. If not, that's fine too. And from there, it's just to kind of give them a rough idea of what it's going to cost. So then that way, when you give them a specific number, it's not going to shell shock them. Some of the biggest things. It's why, having those things kind of dial in before is very important. And then obviously when you're getting out there to quote the project, how long does it take you to get the quote to a homeowner? Is it the same day, in 1 to 2 days? Is it 2 weeks? Something that I would highly recommend dialing in, because again, you're in a race against the season, against the weather. Sometimes it's so damn hot. If you're in the South, especially during the summertime, that you may want to push it off till fall. Sometimes you're in the winter, or in the Midwest where winter comes, and obviously you're in a race until winter comes. So that way you want to make that clear to them, so that way you can get on the calendar sooner than later. And what kind of styles do you offer? I mean, do you have colored options? Do you have stamped options, radius options, or just a plain old square? Again, these are things where, the more you can put them on your page, your website, things along those lines, they can kind of go and take a look at those, or you can have a brochure that you can hand them to them. So obviously they can kind of understand, and you can email that out beforehand, before getting there, so that way you can collaborate on it and obviously serve them best. How many square feet is it? How many square yards is it? People kind of, in terms of business, I understand, have different ways of going about it. Some charge just by the job, which I understand. Again, it's just to help you dial in your process. You're going to want to map out these things for yourself personally, and then obviously to get them a quote, are you giving it online, paper, in mail, email? What kind of presentation are you doing with the quote? And what I mean by that is it just a random notebook piece of paper that you're writing down the numbers and handing it over to them? Or are you branding it, properly emailing it, properly using DocuSign, Panda Docs, things along those lines to help get an e-signature sent out, QuickBooks, something along those lines that's going to be more business official? Because obviously when you're in the right neighborhoods with the right people, they want top quality, right? And obviously if you're a top quality individual, you will have these things dial in. And many that we speak to, we notice that they do not have that dial in. So that's why we prefer to share this with you. And then if you prefer to jump into our high level programs, we can also help with that and really micro manage it down to the finest details. And then obviously following up, sometimes you don't hear back from them. So some simple ways after essentially you give them that quote is asking them, like, how's it going, right? What are you seeing as the next steps from here if you haven't heard from them? Maybe they already told you that they wanted to get going next week, and you just want to kind of reconfirm and bring that up in their mind. So like, when were you wanting to get this done? Again, if they told you last week and it's now already 2 weeks later, like when again is it that they want to get this done? And there are ways to automate a lot of this, which we can also help you with. And then say you don't hear from them, you've contacted them by calling them, emailing them a couple times. One that we see work very well is, hey, Jim, I've tried to contact you a couple times now and didn't hear back from you. Like, how should we proceed from here? Whether it be text, call, voicemail, email, etc., to work very well. So try that one out. Let us know how it goes down in the comments, and like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And then moving forward, with the agreement, like I said, how long is it taking you to get that agreement out, to get that thing signed? And are you using e-signatures? Are you using regular pieces of paper? How do you have it in check? What we would recommend is taking it online. So with that, and what I mean by that is use DocuSign, use Panda Docs, or you can go ahead and Google, free e-signature to help speed things up. I think even QuickBooks may have something along those lines where you can help get them to sign it, obviously to authorize the scope of work that you guys will be clearly performing for them, especially with it. And then the last thing is, it's like, obviously your work is very good, That's why you're in the business. That's why you've been in business. That's why you plan to continue to be in business. And with that, what we would recommend is obviously getting feedback. How is their experiencing? Ask them about the project a couple weeks later. Are they enjoying the back patio that you poured for them for their family? Or do they like the new concrete driveway that you made for them? Are there cracks in it? Things along those lines that you may have to come back and fix, which is fine. Again, it's just to set up, get feedback, set up surveys. How is our communication with them? How is their experience? From there, you can then dial in those details. In some of these surveys and stuff like that, we can also help you set up. And again, it's very easy to do, yet I understand you're very busy and very good at what you do. That's why you would prefer to hire us. So with that, get feedback, use that, get reviews on Facebook, Google, the social media platforms, use that moving forward from there. And the last thing, again, this will be a short little pitch, how to buy Concrete 2 Cities, 3 easy steps. So what you're going to do first is Google Concrete 2 Cities, find the program that works best for you. We're seeing many people jump into our 5-lead program, just month to month, 5 leads, $1,000 currently right now at this time of this video, and it plans to go up. Then from there, we have our unlimited, which is 1, 2, or 3 months of light. And that one does at least a minimum of right around 20 leads, 20 scheduled phone appointments. And then we'll actually begin to get them to book in-person appointments. And then from there, many people will get a great return on their investment to where they'll upgrade into 6, 8, or 12 months of our program. So once you buy, here's what's very crucial. You'll automatically get sent the email and text message to begin the onboarding stuff. Should take you 30 to an hour time tops for our team to begin helping getting things set up after you complete your end after buying now. And then from there, we finalize the setup. We get on a call. We speak to you about kind of the apps, the things that you're going to use to obviously get these leads and proper ways to follow up with them and help you get the most out of it, especially starting with our entry-level programs. Because then again, we can set up all of these things that we mentioned earlier to you to help you dial in, track, and really understand the best customer journey for you and your company. All right. If that sounds good to you, we'll see on the inside whether you buy or don't buy right now. Completely understand. I just want to share some value with you. Again, my name's Justin Copit, and I'm looking forward to working with you if that's what you want to do. Now, any other questions, comment below. Let's chat. Book a call with our team, and we will see you again on the inside. Peace.